Hello, guys. Welcome to the One Fun Guy Live podcast. Sorry I'm a couple minutes late. Uh, so if you haven't noticed, I finally got my Streamyard up and going. The cool thing about Streamyard is that eventually, once I get enough uh, content created, it will allow me to go live from a few different sources, which is really kind of cool. Um, I do want to say, however, that the inability for me to go live from my One Fun Guy podcast page on Facebook, I'm still trying to figure that out. I asked for some help the last time. I asked if anybody knew anything about Facebook that could help me out with this situation that I'm in. Um, I basically created a page outside of my normal Facebook page, which I wanted to have that done for two separate reasons. One, I didn't want to feel like I had to force anybody to watch something that they didn't want to do. That was the first thing. The second thing is that I wanted it to be a separate thing from my normal Facebook page, which is pretty much what I think it's doing now. Um, what I can say about it is that there's the option for me, hopefully, to switch it over to that site. So I didn't want to intrude on anybody's space in the, social media land with showing my streams from my normal page. I wanted it to be like an invite only thing. If you wanted to be a part of what I was doing, awesome. If you didn't want to be a part of it, you didn't have to be a part of it. So hopefully within the next couple days I could switch that over. I did the StreamYard live last time from my computer, and a lot of people said that they were having issues with the sound and everything. So if you can hear me, if you're on, and you can, just give me a thumbs up, or I can see that you can hear me and see me okay. StreamYard is the platform that I'd like to use just because it will allow me to go live in multiple places from one live podcast, which means that I could be over on Instagram and I can be over on YouTube when that happens. So that is the most ideal situation for me to be in. So with that being said, I apologize again that I'm going live from my main page instead of my One Fun Guy podcast page. Um, my goal is to eventually get over there, but StreamYard, for whatever reason, won't let me do it, and I don't know how. So if you are familiar with StreamYard, or you are familiar at Facebook and you know how to do it, if you could just please, please, please send me a message. I would so greatly appreciate it just because I feel that this is a good platform, but I want to make sure that it works, number one, and that number two is that people are actually seeing me, for what it is. So, um, StreamYard has this, there's a couple quirks. I mean, it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. The screen only allows this, so I can't. Some people said last time that I looked like I was like way too close to the screen, or that it was like right in my face. Um, I'm going live from my phone now and not the laptop, so hopefully this helps a little bit. I don't know. I don't want to be like right up in anybody's face, but at the same time, like I can only control the aspect ratio as much as I can control it. So those are the two immediate things that I'm having an issue with, but we'll work through it. It's fine. I'm just kind of just explaining. If you see me live on here and you're like, I didn't want to see you, I didn't sign up. I know I asked everybody here to friend request me over on the One Fun Guy podcast page, which everybody did, which was awesome. I appreciate all the love and support that you guys have given me throughout this journey. But unfortunately, StreamYard says you can't. So until I can figure that out, I'm stuck here. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I actually ended up with two sponsorships. The first one is the Clubhouse. Um, they have given me this awesome amber. So thank you, Clubhouse. If anybody wants to purchase one, you can head over to the Clubhouse Inc. Um, the website is www.shoptheclubhs.com. If you want to head over there, you can buy one. They are super awesome. They're super comfortable, and they are sponsoring the show from here on out. My second sponsorship, which is awesome, is Iconic Coffee in Yorkville. Um, Laura's super, super cool. She's basically says, I like what you're doing. And, she's going to hook us up with some swag and some coffee. And so that's going to be super awesome. Um, I have something cool that I'm going to be doing this afternoon with Crystal. So hopefully it gets this show in front of a bunch of eyes. If you guys happen to see the other day, I posted my show into the Bucky's group. Now, obviously, it was just something that was quirky, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do." Normally, when you post anything and those kind of things, that the admins just kind of are like, "Nah, it's not gonna be um, approved, and nobody ever sees it, and you can't tag yourself or anything like that." But I figured, why not? Let's see what happens. Maybe I'll roll the dice, and somebody somewhere will say, "Yeah, it's not really a business. It's not really doing anything. It's not, promoting anything. It's just kind of a podcast type style." And so I sent it out, and they approved it. So what that meant was that there's about 550,000 followers on Bucky's site. So I'm not certain if maybe two people watched it. I don't know. But it's just kind of cool because if you are if you know anything about social media and how it works, obviously the more eyes that are on what you're doing, the more attraction it gets. The more attraction it gets, the more likes it gets. The more likes it gets and views it gets, the algorithm starts to say, oh, maybe this person is onto something. They had 1,000 likes or 10,000 likes and 500 shares, and so obviously their post is doing something that's intriguing. So we can do that. So at this point, um, I'm trying to figure out StreamYard. So this is kind of what this live was like. Last time I went live, I could see comments. Um, Right now, I can't. So if you're on, I don't know how to turn off the um, CC thing. I'm watching myself on Facebook right now, and I can see. Obviously, I hear myself, and I can see everything that's going on, but I can't turn these off, and I don't know how to do that. The closed comments. So that's the first thing I'm going to have to figure out. And then the second thing is comments. I simply can't see them. So I'm going to do this and say myself. I don't know if I can even do that since I'm on, but I'm going to try to interact with myself on here. Just to see if I can see them pop up on my live. So I can't see them on StreamYard. So I see them obviously in my little thing here. So I typed it in myself. So I'm going to have to figure out some stuff. I like the platform a lot. I think it's really great. I don't know if it's going to work. I'd like to see comments just in case somebody has something they want to add or say. Obviously, this isn't a podcast. This is just me going live to test the waters. The podcast is going to be Thursday night at 8 o'clock with Randall. I'm going to talk to him in a little bit. That's going to be a really fun show. He's a super interesting guy in a lot of ways, but we have a lot in common. And I met him through Crystal at an event. So I made a new friend in a community that I have kind of embraced now, which is awesome. And that was one of the main reasons why I started the podcast, guys, in the first place, is because I like to just talk to people. I like to have conversations. And I like to meet new people and kind of see what's going on. So, that was the reason for doing the podcast. I had kind of had this idea in the back of my mind that I wanted to do it. And I pretty much, was at an event and somebody says, why don't you just do it? And I was like, well, I don't really, then. And so, the timing's everything, right? In this life. And I kind of realized that, I'm not getting up there in age. So I'm still a relatively young person in the grand scheme of things. But when you look at it, like, I'm definitely not getting any younger. So I said, why not? I'll start it now. And so I did. So I had just some, um, little things. So last night I kind of had this little thing that I was going on with, and it was pretty cool. Actually, my aunt sent it out, and it was a picture of a little boy looking into a mirror, and the reflection was an old man, and it said, time is short, enjoy the ride, or something like that, which was kind of just hit home because, you don't know what life is going to bring. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or next week, next month, or next year. So every day that I wake up, I kind of just feel like I have something to, give. So that was the reason for the podcast. There's no money behind this. It's not monetized. There's nothing coming in. All it is was I thought maybe I could just kind of put something out into the universe that somebody might get something out of. Most of, like I said, everything has been great. I kind of did a little thing last night, but I basically, went and said that if you're going to be on and you're going to be scrolling and it's not your thing, just move on. The comment section is great. Everything for me has been super positive, so I don't have anything to really worry about. But if you're scrolling through and it's not your cup of tea, just move on. Don't get nasty in the comments and don't be rude. And it's not just talking about me or my podcast or what I'm doing. Just in general, you never know what somebody's going through. Their outlet might be, something different. So just don't be rude. Don't be ignorant. Just be kind. If it's not your thing, just scroll on. If it is, awesome, stop in. Say hi. Like I said, I didn't want to use my Facebook page, my main page, to do this. StreamYard won't let me do it. So maybe I'll just head over to the One Fun Guy podcast and go live from there. If everybody's okay with this and you see this and I'm not live and you just happen to watch the replay, and you're okay with me hanging out in here, that would be awesome. I don't, like I said, I didn't want to take up anybody's time or anybody's feed with my podcast, but I don't have any other choice. So if it's in the one at my main page, which used to be Bebe, now it's One Fun Guy. If you're not interested in it, can you just scroll on and do me a favor and just kind of ignore it? If you want to watch it, awesome. If you want to support it, great. But I wanted it to be kind of an organic thing where, somebody who is really interested in doing it, I just wanted it to be more natural. And that's why I created the One Fun Guy podcast page on Facebook as well, was to try to just get anybody who was really interested in doing it to just friend request me over there. And I was going to try to go live strictly from that page. However, StreamYard's not letting me do that. So I don't know how to get that page active on my StreamYard. So if anybody sees this video and I'm not live anymore, but you know how to operate StreamYard, or I can switch my admin or how I can change the page on Facebook, let me know. Crystal's a whiz at it and she can't figure it out. She told me to create another group page under like kind of like a business page. So that's what I had done before, and I called it the One Fun Guy podcast unscripted. And for whatever reason, StreamYard doesn't accept that either as a page that I can go live on. So I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. So if you come across this feed, and again, I apologize if you're watching it and you didn't want to. I wanted to attract all my eyes over to the One Fun Guy podcast page. That was my goal. All my friends and people that wanted to do it already hopped over there, so I'm super appreciative of them doing that. StreamYard says I can't do that, so I have to use this main page as my go-to for this podcast, which wasn't my intention, but I'm going to have to do that unless I switch and just go back to Facebook Live from the podcast page. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Again, I'm just throwing it out into the universe. If anybody happens to watch this and knows how StreamYard works or Facebook admin pages work to get over on StreamYard, when I go live, basically what happens, guys, is StreamYard says I can go live from one of two places. I can do Instagram or Facebook. When I click Facebook, it takes me right to this page. It won't let me do the other page that I created, even though I'm an admin and I own the page. It won't let me do it. So I'm stuck. So StreamYard is, like I said, the cooler platform for me to do this on. But however, unfortunately, it is just not the it's not playing nice with me on uh Facebook right now. So with that being said and everything in those little things, I'm super excited to have Randall on as my next guest. That'll be Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Um, I appreciate all the guests that have been on in the past. I had Crystal, Paul, and Matt. They've all been spectacular. All my stuff has been posted on YouTube. So if you can head over to YouTube and give me a subscribe, that would be awesome. All my videos are posting there. So everything that I do is going to be over on YouTube as well. And it's One Fun Guy Podcast over there. If you subscribe, you'll see all my stuff. So the other thing that I wanted to do, which is really cool after I end this show, is to see if I can't download it off of Facebook and then set it up over on YouTube. So if I can do that, then that's a win, because if I could take whatever content I make on Facebook and put it over to YouTube, that is a plus for me. So pretty much, guys, like I said, I apologize if you're coming across this. It was not my intention to do this. StreamYard just wasn't playing nice this morning. I couldn't figure it out. I didn't have enough time. I wanted to go live at 9, which is what I did. I was a little bit late because, like I said, StreamYard just was not letting me go to that other page, and I do not know how to change that. When I go live and I do these little in-betweens my podcast, I end up always staying on for like 15 or 20 minutes. So it's nothing like, it's not going to be like an hour-long thing. It's just kind of hop on, tell everybody what, I kind of have planned for the day. If you pay attention to my Facebook post in a little bit, you'll see why. I have something cool that me and Crystal are going to be doing this afternoon, which I'm super excited about. Like I said, the sponsorships now are the Clubhouse Inc. and Iconic Coffee. So that's super awesome. I never thought that, people would be interested that much to, give me some swag and hook things up. So they did. So that's super awesome. Like I said, guys, I'm kind of on my phone as well, kind of watching this podcast just to see, well, not the podcast, just the live, just to see how the interaction is. I'm having a difficult time seeing comments. I know that I don't see the CC captioning on StreamYard. However, when I watch it on Facebook, it's popping up, and I don't know how to take that off. If I mess with stuff, I don't really know if I can do that. I don't want to mess everything up, but I'm still on, guys. Automatically share screens, landscape, portrait. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play around with StreamYard. It seems to be a very cool platform for editing, and that's kind of what I want to use it for. So I'm really happy that this is working, because that's kind of what I wanted it to do. I don't know if you can do anything, because there is a paid subscription, and there is a a free version. This is the free version. So sorry, I'm just kind of playing around with it here. So this was kind of like a test today, guys, as well. I just kind of wanted to see what StreamYard had to offer. It's a super cool platform. So if anybody, wants to start a podcast, or wants to do something on Facebook, or, wants to put, their stuff out there, I just say do it, guys. I wanted to do this podcast for about 2 years. I started watching a bunch when I was sick, and I was, really not able to move around a whole lot. I was kind of stuck into bed for, months at a time, and TV got boring. So podcasts became my thing, and I just started watching them, and I'm like, oh, that sounds like a cool thing, get people's perspectives and backgrounds and ideas on certain topics and stuff like that. So it was a really cool thing, and I didn't really know much about them before. But I started watching them, and I was super intrigued right off the bat. I'm like, this, I think, is something I can do. so I guess what I'm going to put out to the world today, guys, is if you want to start something, if you have an idea that pops up into your head and you're like, wow, that's something I really kind of want to try, or I think I could do. Life is short, guys. Do it. I I don't I can't stress that enough. You know, it's really weird because you watch these gurus and all these like motivational speakers and all these popular people, and they all say, if you can dream it, you can do it. If the idea pops in your head, just put it down on paper and write down your dreams and goals and go for them. And that's pretty much what I did. So I'm not saying that it's one of those things where it's going to happen miraculously and that it's just going to fall into your lap. But, I've had this idea in my head for quite some time. And I just kind of finally, came to the crossroads where it was like, I'm just going to do it. And like I said, I don't have a really big setup. I have a little area in my basement, which I do it from. Most of you guys know that it's a cool setup. I'm using a lot of Crystal's older equipment that she no longer needs. Her ring light, her stand, her stuff. I did buy a couple things myself, but other than that, it's pretty much I'm new. This is going to be my fourth episode with Randall coming up. So I'm 4 weeks into it. It seems to be going super, super well. I'm very passionate about it. So obviously everyone says, they like the excitement and the enthusiasm, which is awesome because I'm excited to do it. So, with that happening, guys, there's a lot of stuff coming down the road. I will fill everybody in with the details of what's happening this afternoon once I do it. Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time is going to be my guest. Randall will be my guest on the One Fun Guy podcast. And I might go live again and just kind of mess around with StreamYard in a little bit. So if you're on and you want to say something, that's awesome. For right now, I'm not seeing comments, guys. So unfortunately, if you are hopping in and saying, hey, or what's going on, or, I unfortunately, I cannot see them. So if you are, I super, super appreciate it. If you liked and you shared the show, thank you. I can't see it on this end. When you go live straight from Facebook, you can see all the comments. You can see when somebody shares. You can see all that kind of stuff. On StreamYard, I can't. So this is, like I said, just a cool platform that I want to go on. I just don't know how to do it when you're not live. So it was just easier for me to do a quick live today, kind of tell you what's going on, tell you a little bit about my sponsorships, tell you a little bit about the show and how I got started, and kind of just mess around with StreamYard. So that's pretty much what I'm doing at this point. I just don't know. Oops, sorry guys, I hit the wrong button there. Like I said, I'm just kind of messing around with StreamYard now. So just bear with me if I go, uh, to this. I'm just going to see if I can do this right away, and it doesn't appear that I can. So I can't do comments from StreamYard. At least I can't see them. If anybody's familiar with the platform, feel free to shoot me a message and tell me how this thing works. It seems to be super awesome as far as like, the layout goes and, what I can do. Like if I have another guest, it looks like I could pop somebody else in. So, I mean, I just kind of did that to try it out. I don't know if that's going to happen because I don't have anybody else with me. But it looks like, you can split the screen. You can get up to 4 people on here, which is pretty cool. That way, maybe down the road I could have, multiple guests in at the same time. We can talk about a specific subject. So there's a lot of cool things that I can do with this. I'm just trying to explore all my options now. Obviously I'm live, so it's not the most ideal way to do this. But for me right now, I'm just trying to mess around with it. That was the reason I was going live, just so I can kind of see myself and see what's happening. So again, if you get to the end of this video, just kind of bear with me. If you want to end it now, it's probably a good time to get off if you're not watching the whole thing. I didn't want to make this super long. I'm just trying to mess around with StreamYard for a little bit just to see, what I can do. It looks like I can start a new tab, but I don't want to do that. I don't know how I can get this off of here. Can't do that unless I go live. I don't want to do that. No, I don't know what I just did. Sorry, guys. I'm just hitting a bunch of buttons on my phone here just to see what happens. it seems like I can do a lot with it. Unfortunately, it just seems like I can't do it when I'm live. And I don't know. It says post a comment, but I don't know if you guys are going, like, if you are watching this from Facebook, if you can actually go to StreamYard, or if you're just kind of stuck on this live. So anyways, guys, if you can post in the comments, maybe when I'm done, I can see them and see what everybody's saying. Right now, I just unfortunately can't. So um, I don't know what to do. I'm learning as we go, and the only way to do it is to practice. And I'm using this live as kind of a practice. This whole time I've been just kind of hitting buttons and stuff. Luckily, I haven't ended the live yet, but it's pretty much seems to me like I can't do much when I'm live. Um, but I tried, guys. So that's all I could do, right? Is make the effort and do what I can. Again, going into what I was saying before, like, I'm super excited about doing this, and I want to make it the best experience for you guys. With the visual, audio, guest topics, subject matters, things like that. Like, I'm doing it for the enjoyment of myself, but also my viewers. Like, I want them to get something out of this. So if there's anything that I can do differently, please let me know. You can shoot me a message on Facebook. You can email me at onefunguy podcast@gmail.com. I check that box pretty much inbox every day. If anybody has suggestions or has any ideas, I'm all ears. If you have criticism and critiques, again, I'm all ears. If there's something I'm doing that annoys you, or the sound's not great, or the camera's not great, or the angle's not great, let me know. I can try to fix those things. At least in a timely manner, when I'm live. If you can't hear anything, I do have a microphone set up. It's this guy here, and I just leave it off to the side, so it picks up my voice. As it's not like right in front of me. But the only problem is I noticed when I go live with a guest, it picks up like every sound. So when I'm solo in the studio, it's great. When I'm with somebody, it's not. So, again, just quirks I'm learning as I'm going along, and I thank everybody for bearing with me. Maybe one day when I break it huge, we can come back to these first couple of videos and just kind of chuckle at them and be like, "Wow, look at how ridiculous that was." But I'm starting from scratch, guys. I don't have any. It's me in a notebook. I write down my ideas, and this guy here, and I pretty much go from there. There's no secret to what I'm doing. I'm using a Samsung Galaxy phone to record on, which is perfect because there's no subscription to it. It's just the phone. So I can't get a phone call if somebody calls me during the podcast or anything. When I'm on my regular phone, which what I was using before, if somebody calls, like, I have to hit the button to end it, or like it wasn't, to me, professional. I'm sure most viewers wouldn't mind. But to me, I just kind of wanted to do it right. I had this older phone laying around. It's not ancient by any means. It's like 3 years old, so it's not like super. You could definitely use it as a normal everyday phone, but for the camera and video functions, it's perfect. So that's my setup, guys. Like, that's it. Like I said, I didn't want to make this video super long. I always usually just want to go on for about 15 or 20 minutes. I'm coming up on the 30-minute mark. So again, I'll just say thank you for my sponsors, the Clubhouse Inc. and Iconic Coffee. Thanks for everybody for the love and support. If you like this video and you're able to share it, awesome. I can't see the comments, so if you are commenting, I really appreciate that. Unfortunately, I just can't see them right now. Hopefully that changes. Again, if you know how to operate StreamYard and you're a pro at it, let me know. I'm just trying to kind of figure this out real quick. And then other than that, guys, I just appreciate all the love and support. If you can just like and share this video and head over to my YouTube and subscribe to the One Fun Guy podcast over there. That helps the numbers over there, and then I can use that platform to basically go live. And I just don't have the numbers yet to do it. But once I do, that's where I want to be. So StreamYard is awesome. Maybe I'm going to email them as soon as I get done with this show and see if I can get any feedback from them and see if I can't figure this out through them. And I'm just going to play around with it, guys. So I just wanted to say thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, and share. It's the best thing you guys can do for me. And hopefully you enjoy the One Fun Guy podcast, because I sure like being here. I have a surprise coming up this afternoon, so you will see what I post when I post it. Everybody have a great day, and thanks for supporting my podcast.